play FIFA sports? Hello, this is Reinhard von Hennigs. And if you do, get used to a new name, because EA Sports, who is the technology company behind that, announced that from this next year on, EA Sports FC will be the name of the FIFA video game. Their statement calls it that after 30 years of creating a genre-defining interactive football experience, we now need to get into a new era. I wonder whether there are licensing issues behind that. I wonder whether there is a disagreement about revenue. I wonder whether there is a disagreement about many more things, because what is in a name? I remember a morning musing about what's in a name, but that's a different topic here. I believe that the change to EA Sports FC will blow a couple of followers away who like that this is kind of like a prolonged arm of FIFA. And it could well be that losing the FIFA naming rights will reduce their revenue. On the other hand, they created their own genre, and everybody who is in this world knows what it is. And I do believe that EA Sports has modeled all the different scenarios, all the different consumer replays, which are taken part in their consideration of changing the name. So what really is in a name is the knowledge to what to expect. And maybe as EA Sports created such a great brand, it'll be a chance right now for them to create alternative games and brand it also under the EA Sports family. We'll never know until they really do what their deeper motivation is. But for now, my key takeaway is, if you're working as an entrepreneur with licensed names from third parties, always keep in mind that the license may no longer be available for you in the future. So have a plan B, have a branding plan B is always smart. Is Apple in trouble with the European Union? Hello, this is Reinhard von Hennigs. And yes, the European Commission has informed Apple of its preliminary view that it abused its dominant market position on mobile wallets on iOS devices. The quick nutshell is that Apple is limiting the access to standard technology used for contactless payments, which is also known as near field communication, NFC, which we also can call tap and go. Apple, who's surprised about that, restricts any competition on the mobile wallet market on iOS. And the European Commission now takes the approach that the decision made by Apple to prevent competitors through Apple Pay from launching their virtual wallets, their NFC input, so to say, technology out on the iOS system is in violation of European Union laws. Of course, Apple believes it is not the case, and the security of the system, the closed ecosystem, including the needs for having data protected, especially as access points may share some payment scenarios for the customers, and therefore needs to be very limited, was set aside by the European Commission as they preliminary consider that Apple enjoys a significant market power and prevents other companies and competitors to jump on that market. Of course, this statement does not create any prejudice. The investigation now starts, and we will see how Apple will be seen by the European Commission after the investigation is completed. This is a digital MNE. Hello, this is Reinhard von Hennigs. Well, let's start with the other way around. What is an MNE? These are multinational enterprises. In a world of global economy, multinational enterprises are growing and growing, and the speed between cross-border transactions is increasing day by day. Different tracking systems now realize that the top 100 digital MNE, which are companies which are complete digital, meaning they are generating their revenue out of internet transactions, out of software as a service, SaaS companies, or you name it, where there's not a physical brick and mortar building. So those digital MNEs, and if you compare the top 100 globally operating digital MNEs, they had an increase of 21% in sales from year to year, and comparing this to a couple of years ago, there's over a 160% growth comparing last year to 2016. That is significant, and that is also the reason why so many companies jump into this market. So what are those digital MNEs? Think Uber, think Twitter, think Meta, all of those companies who are special in their industry and who also have a very highly dynamic workforce, a very highly dynamic customers. And at the end, digital MNEs may be the big future. Until now, the regional distribution of those digital MNEs was rather limited, mostly from Europe, mostly from the United States. But now it changed. Asia, Southeast Asia, especially China, Latin America, are now starting to jump up step by step, going up to the top 100 list. So if you run a company, what is the takeaway I have for you? If you run a company, think about two things. Number one, can you find a branch of your operation which would qualify as digital? Well, the M&E part is something you can do. So how can you digitize a service you have? Or number two, if you do not see an opportunity to digitize, what kind of industry is close enough to you where you can jump into that? Again, 160% growth in the past 5 years is a number too big to ignore.
Whether you're a private citizen, an international business leader, or simply someone eager to stay on top of the latest news, this book is a great way to get caught up on the most recent developments in the worlds of international business, tax, politics, and social affairs. Go to morningmusings.com and order your copy today.